a Sapphire Running Zone podcast.
Hi everyone, this is Tim from the Sapphire Running Zone, and this is another in our Runner Stories podcast series. And today I'm very happy to be joined by Clarke, known also as Mr. Dot. So I'm going to ask him to explain why, and also to give us a little bit of his backstory. We're going to have a fascinating conversation because Clarke is going to be doing the Brighton Marathon with the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So I'll let him explain why a little bit later. But welcome, Clarke. Great to have you with me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And obviously, you know, Clarke is a boring name, even though it's named after Superman. But now I'm known as Mr. Dot. And the reason behind that is I am the leading Braille artist in the world. And I'm visually blind, which is a great link to what we're talking about with the Meta Ray-Bans and pushing the boundaries of not just art, but running, I suppose.
Well, give us a little bit more history. Just talk us through that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. So blind in one eye from the age of 6. But back in the 80s, no one talks about sight loss. I wore the dodgy glasses, the NHS specs, which, to be fair, are very fashionable statements now. People, you know, are crying out for those lovely black glasses. So I was ahead of my time. But I knew I always wanted to be an artist from the age of 6. Fast forward 30 years, I got my degree, became a dental model maker, and, you know, had the whole life in front of me, early 30s. And I noticed a dark shadow in my good eye. Went to the opticians, went to the hospital. They sat me down, did all the tests, and they said, "Mr. Reynolds, do you drive?" And I said, "Yes." And they say, "Hand your license over, you're going blind." And that is how you're told that you're going blind as an adult. They're literally ripping off the Band-Aid. It's not like, "Oh, do you need support or anything?" It's like, right, give up your license, give up your life, you're going blind. And that's how you're told. You'd think that could be the worst thing to happen to creative. But I literally just took it as a blessing, and to be fair, I love being blind. I can't change it, and now I'm inspiring a next generation of visually impaired children to be creatives, and that's the beauty of what Mr. Dot does.
That's incredible. Tell us what an average week looks like for you, because you're obviously very, very busy man. You do workshops and all sorts of exciting things. So just talk us through what an average week's like.
An average week for Mr. Dot is hopefully at least one day a week I'm up in London doing something. If not, I'm doing like this podcast, or I'm inspiring visually impaired children. I do workshops across the country in schools. I work with all children. Well, I'm trying to break down the stigma attached to sight loss. So we do that with the next generation. This generation doesn't care. So let's go with the children. And the beauty of them is they have no filter. So they ask questions about sight loss that adults don't ask. And it's amazing. You know, I thought I'd get like, what's your favourite ice cream and things like that. No, it's like, if there was a cure, would you take it kind of questions. And it's like, wow. And being a blind artist, you know, simple question, it's like, how can you be an artist if you're blind? It's a great oxymoron. So that's what Mr. Dot does. And in the last 3 years, over 25,000 children. Last year, I was a finalist for the NDA Awards for Positive Disability Role Model of the Year. And now I'm an author. I've got a children's book out called Mr. Dot and His Magical White Cane Adventures.
Wow. Gosh, that's an incredible story. And you're working very closely with 2 charities, aren't you? Just talk us through that.
Yeah, so 2 charities. I'm the patron of Victor, which is a children's charity. So as an artist, you have the ability never to grow old, so it's perfect. So I'm still a child every day, even though I'm 44. And the other charity, which is quite like almost like guiding my art career in a way, it has been Fight for Sight. In previous name was Vision Foundation. And for their centenary, I actually created some Braille plaques because there was a call out for art. And it just so happens that event, a major gallery saw my artwork, and it changed Mr. Lot's life for the better. You know, I appeared on BBC, ITV, even Ant and Dec. I was on a Saturday Night Takeaway. I got the ticket on the plane a couple of years ago. And we're talking about running. This is a great segment. At that time, I actually run the London Marathon. I mean, everyone says that the London Marathon is the best marathon in the world. And obviously, I've not done anything before, but I think it is. I think it's the most friendliest marathon ever. And I've always wanted to do it. And when I got the opportunity through the charity to run it, I had a guide runner. And I did train, but it's so hard to train with someone you can't like, oh, I fancy a run today. Do you want to do it? You have to, it's really hard. So I trained, I had a courtyard in my previous studio. Literally, it was like day release from prison. And it was a flat surface. And just to get the miles in, so I didn't have to worry about getting run over and things like that, I just kept running around and, built up the stamina. But on the day of the marathon, it rained. So I actually got a massive blister off my pushing off foot. It was tough. It took me 7.5 hours to do because I fractured my hip 5 miles out. And the amazing atmosphere. Like, I saw the marathon through obviously sound. So the splashing, the puddles, the cheering. And what was great, when you're at the end of the people at the far end, people were still out there cheering for you.
So just talk us through how the guide runner situation works then. You said you trained with the guide periodically. This was someone that you knew.
It was someone that I knew, and after you need that friendship, kind of cajoled him into it. I don't think he ever wanted to run, but I said to him, I've been offered an opportunity to run this marathon. You want to do it with me? And he said, "Oh, okay, all right." So, and it's great, and we just literally tethered by a little piece of string, nothing high tech, very DIY. And the beauty of that is, obviously we have the chats and stuff, and the encouragement, but those last couple of miles, I really did need him.
So you agreed beforehand then the pace that you would want to run it at?
Yeah, I'm not a runner. I'm quite fit. I played professional cricket for 4 years for Hampshire and Sussex. So, I'm quite a fit person. So it doesn't take me long to get to that couch to 5K method. I think it's mind over matter. When I'm training now for this one, I believe I can break obviously the 7.5 hours mark that I did last time. But I'm hoping to do between 5 and 6 hours, and for me that's perfect. That's I don't want to sprint it. I want to take in the atmosphere. I don't want to injure myself. Obviously, talking while you're running as well. That's a lot of energy as well. So that's people don't realise. If you're a guide runner, you are expending more energy because you are concentrating physically without sight, but also concentrating on someone who's talking to you to guide you as well.
You were talking to each other pretty much the whole time then?
Yes. I think, if there's a lull, it's just because I think that's a drink break, to be fair, if there's a lull. But yeah, you are talking, constantly for 7 hours.
Now that's hard work for sure. So you did London and then that was when, 2023 or 24?
What are we in now? 25. So it's 2023. Yes, 2023, the London Marathon. And I thought my marathon days were over. I thought, I did the one. I got my medal. It's got a Braille on it. We run together. I've ticked that box. Perfect. And then what happened was these glasses, these Meta Ray-Ban glasses came along. And then the app Be My Eyes. So if people don't know what Be My Eyes is, so I'll brief layman's description. So Ray-Ban Meta glasses are basically AI glasses for everyone, and everyone can wear them. You don't have to have a prescription. You don't need to be able to be blind to wear them. And they're used to kind of like have conversations. I think we're all going crazy. We can actually physically talk to ourselves now. Literally ask the time, ask the weather, and the bone conductors in the ears, they will tell you all that information. Listen to books, you can do everything. And there's this app called Be My Eyes. Now, Be My Eyes is a free app. You could be a volunteer. You can literally, after this podcast, you can sign up for it, and you would become the eyes of a blind person to guide them through their daily routine. It could be from, is this baked beans? Is this tomato soup? Is this a blue dress? Is this a red dress? And I thought, as an artist, I pushed the boundaries of Braille. What could I do with these amazing technology? And I said to myself, look, let's run a marathon. Can a person run a marathon without a guide runner, without a white cane? Because people can run marathons with white canes. I've seen it, it has been done. And I thought, no, let's do it with this technology. So I rang up Fight for Sight because I knew they had connections with Be My Eyes. I met Be My Eyes at a technology event, and she said, "Wow, this sounds interesting. I'll get back to you." And here we are. Here we are. I am physically running the marathon. Well, my training runs with complete strangers in my ear rolls. And the beauty of the app is I have got people from Birmingham to London, all the way to Jordan, Bahrain, Malaysia, Kansas. The list goes on. It's amazing.
Wow, that sounds incredible. So you're going out for your training runs now. You're not stuck in your old studio's courtyard anymore. You're actually going out on training runs using these glasses and this app.
I am indeed. And my house is a lovely crescent. It's 0.9 miles, this crescent. So, and there's a lot of up and down, very unevenness. I know my route. Right? I know every pothole and every dip. But the people in my ears, they're there for bin days, for people that are in front of me, for things that you don't see that are not normally on my route. And when I start it, I introduce myself. I say what I'm doing. I say we're making history. Have you got a spare 5 minutes that you come on my training runs with me? And every person has said yes. Every person.
Wow, that's just amazing. So this is someone looking through these glasses.
My point of view. So the glasses got cameras on. So they are literally my eyes, my point of view. I'm running along and they see exactly. It's like, I suppose I call it virtual reality, but for realness. So it's like you put VR goggles on and you're going to a new world. It's like that, but you are literally. I always say to people, "I'm getting your steps in for you," right? And they always laugh. It's like, don't worry, you can sit on your couch, right? And I will get your steps in for you today. I don't know who I'm getting, so it's a complete random stranger. A random stranger. I have no idea where they're going to come from. I have to build up that kind of rapport, that relationship in 30 seconds to trust them to guide me around my route.
Goodness me. And you tell them how long you're going to be roughly, and have they got that amount of time?
And sometimes they've got bit more time. I had a lovely conversation with a gentleman from Birmingham the other day, and he was running for me for about 10 minutes. And we were just chatting about just daily things as well, not just about my route. We was like, what do I do? Where you're from? I always ask where they're from. I'm building up a diary of all the participants. I think we're going to hit between 400 and 500 people that are going to help me on this journey.
That's amazing. So you can't then go back into that list of people and say, "Oh, I like that guy from Birmingham. I want him on race day." Can you do that?
No. So on race day, it's going to be really fun because I'm just going to ask them, look, I'm in the middle of a marathon. Can you spend as long as you want? As soon as you click off, I'll just literally call another guide. And also, the glasses will only last for an hour. So I've got pit stops with my glasses, so I can change the glasses over. I've got loads of pairs. And also, the cases are great. So I've been experimenting and exploring what they do. So the cases are an actual charger. So once I take my glasses off and put them back in the case actually has a charger built in. So it only takes 40 minutes for the whole glasses to recharge 100%. So all I need is about 3 pairs of glasses to do 26 miles.
So you could potentially have 5, 6, 10 people helping you through this race.
I mean, it could be up to 50 people. It could be famous people. You never know that's going to be on that app. You never know. And it's going to be magical. It's going to be amazing. And obviously, that last couple miles is where I'm going to need that kind of, that push. And I'm going to be exhausted. We talk about obviously talking. Right? I mean, I'm going to be proper exhausted. Unofficially, it's a world record because no one has done this. No one is crazy enough to do this.
That is absolutely fascinating. It really is. Are you following a traditional marathon training plan then, and you're going to up your long runs at the weekends by a mile or so every time?
So I started a couple of months ago. I waited till the summer was over because no one likes running in that heat, do they? It's awful. So I started off 1 lap, then 2 lap. Now I'm up to 5 miles each training run, and I run 3 times a week. And the beauty is, obviously, I've worked out how many laps around my crescent is a marathon, and so I can set up my own little drink station outside my home. That's what I'm going to do. And it's perfect. As a blind person, it's really good that I know my route. If something does happen, I'm not a million miles away from home. My missus doesn't have to worry about me. It works. It works for me. I would love to run in a park and and do other places. But obviously, internet service is great where I am, and it just works for me. And I love it. I really enjoy. Obviously, it's good for mental well-being. It's been a tough year. My dad dying suddenly, moving, financial struggles, and the running has really helped me kind of deal with that. And after the marathon, I'm going to just keep doing as well. I'm going to keep using the app, keep using the glasses, and I'm going to still keep running for 3 or 4 laps around the circuit every couple of days. I think because I can now. With this, I've got my independence.
It sounds like you're going to be a pioneer for this tech as well. So you don't want to be giving it up after Brighton, do you? You want to be carrying on and see how far it can take you.
I've got many other ideas, mate. It's like, I know this is a running podcast, but I miss driving. There's a couple of things I miss going blind. Proper reading, reading a book and opening a page and doing that. And I miss driving. So I would love to see if we can do Be My Eyes for do a racetrack day when I'm driving the car. That would be cool. Yeah.
I'm intrigued to know how you get on in that race. So talk to me about your fundraising then. You've set up your Just Giving page. What's the approach going to be with your fundraising?
Fundraising, it's interesting, especially when it's cost of living and stuff. So I've just it is on my website now, mr.uk.com, and not just the Just Giving page for my website, but all about me as a person, my art, what I've done in the community. I have a lot of friends, artist friends, so I'll just keep posting away. Be My Eyes are going to put some money in, which is great. And and obviously, you don't want to force people to go what for money and stuff. I think that's really hard, for what we are in, cost of living, obviously the budget in a couple of weeks' time, that's going to be scary. It happened. I'll always say it happened. I always, I do a lot of stuff on social media, and when I post about what I'm doing, get a bit of press coverage, you always get a bit of spiking. So yeah, it's all good on that front.
Yeah, so you're optimistic. What are you aiming to raise?
Right, the minimum is 750, but you never know. You never know who's listening to this. You never know. A famous benefactor will, a Mo Farah of this world will think, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to sponsor Clarke. You never know, and I always think like that. I think that's the blindness as well. You live life to the fullest. I just want to inspire everyone. Leave a legacy. I've left a legacy already with the Braille, with my book, and there's plenty more years left in me to push the boundaries and to normalise blindness. And I think that's the really key about it. I'm just like you. I have a white cane. I can run marathons. I can play cricket. I can jump out of planes. I'm just like you.
Yeah. Absolutely right, and you will raise a lot of money. I've absolutely no doubt. We'll put your Just Giving link into this podcast description as well, so hopefully that'll inspire a few people to donate on the page. You've got heaps of time yet, obviously. So tell me a little bit more about the charity that you're running for then, and what you do as ambassador.
So Fight for Sight is amazing. And it's a great honour to be asked to be an ambassador for a charity, and I bring something different. I bring joy. I bring that artistic kind of license to kind of just be myself, and I think that's what the charity love about me. The book. Every pound of the book will proceeds will go to Fight for Sight. Yeah, I just want to be a beacon of hope to all those vision impaired people out there that obviously sight loss, you always have our dark days, but there's people out there, there's organizations, there's charities that can support you, and just to live the life that you can, and everyone can do it. If I could do it, everyone could do it, and that's Mr. Dot's attitude.
No, it's a fantastic attitude, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on today, and we'll all be willing you on to that finish line because you've got a world of opportunity with this new tech, and I think it's absolutely incredible. I just think it's amazing that you're going to do this race and you're not going to know who until the day is going to help you through it. It's incredible. It really is.
It is interesting to kind of, if you could interview someone who's just guided me to find out how they're feeling, because obviously it's a major responsibility on their end. It's not just picking out a dress or picking out a can of soup. It literally putting obviously there's no traffic on the day, but for them to, like, oh my God, is this happening kind of attitude. It's not my end because I'm just doing what I do. On their end, it's like, well, what can I physically, how can I support this man for not trying to hurt himself? That's a lot of responsibility on their end.
It is. I'd love to see their face when suddenly they're confronted with a marathon course. It'd be an amazing experience for them as well, that's for sure.
It is. And like I say, the AI is the future for vision impairment. It's going to change our lives for the better. And I'm just actually, a little tidbit, I write a children's book called Mr. Dot, which is a very fun, playful rhyme-esque book. But I'm in the process of writing a David William-esque novel about a 14-year-old kid called Dorian Dalton, who actually becomes a blind spy.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. All that technology, the glasses, the AI, I'm going to do my run in a minute, and then I'm going to go and write a couple more chapters of the book.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and good luck with the next few months. And well, we'll have to have another chat before the race for sure. It'll be fascinating to see how you're getting on.
Thank you so much, Tim, and to all the listeners out there. Enjoy running.
Thanks for listening to this Sapphire Running Zone podcast. Keep checking back as we have lots more podcasts coming soon.